Welcome to Watcher of Realms. We're going to be doing a specific review on these designated heroes. First of all, starting off with Salazar, that just so happens to have an exclusive artifact you can obtain free to play within this ongoing event in the background in the exchange store. For more information about that, be sure to check my previous video out about it. But let's focus on how good is Salazar? He's like an original hero from day one. Does he still hold up? I would say he probably struggles now compared to some of the new ones that have come out. You know, got Valderon of all people, bloody Valeria, and some more. But still, let's just see. His cost is 17. If we, check his skins, he's got that exclusive one, which is a little bonus there, in case you're wondering. We go to Awaken section, increases the chance of inflicting bleed with basic attack by 10%. That's good. Attack 5%. Bleed duration for 2 seconds more. Good, more damage. Penetration 8%. I like that one. Deal more damage with him, especially if it's high defense. And enhanced. Boiling Blood guarantees a crit hit on the first attack against targets inflicted with bleed. So if you were struggling with a crit build, you couldn't quite hit 100%, maybe you were on 50 or 60%, this first attack will be guaranteed nevertheless, which might be just enough, providing they're inflicted with bleed. So that's pretty good, that. Now, will it allow me to check the full details here? So at max level, 6,500 attack. That actually holds up pretty well. That's good. 24,000 HP. Yeah, reasonable. 1,900 defense. It'll do. Yeah. He's got limited range as what a fighter normally would. Burst damage based, but has bleed too. His basic attack, physical, deals damage to one enemy with a 15% chance, which can be increased by 0.5 stacked, as you see down below, which isn't by much, to be fair, but it does have the chance to inflict bleed on the target. And as for bleed, it basically deals continuous true damage equal to 1% of the target's max HP. And if the target has a very high HP, it'll be doing a lot more continuous true damage. So as for a boss battle, like the guild boss, it's worth using him. As for late game, I don't know how useful he is, because unfortunately I don't have Salazar, but it'd be nice to try him out. But whilst that's going on, it increases their physical damage taken by 10%. So the boss has bleed on him, which will deal continuous true damage, which can be upgraded, and when awakened, for it to last longer too, which is all good. But the physical, just a physical attack, going to be taking more by 10%, which means anyone else dealing physical attack towards the boss is going to do even more damage. That's really good. Now, what else do we have here? The passive Boiling Blood launches basic attack on one enemy, dealing 35% damage 2 times. The second attack will guarantee a crit hit if the target is inflicted with bleed. Well, there we go. Blessings of Dragon Blood, another passive, restores 3% max HP for every 7 crit hits landed. So if you want a bit of survivability built on in, you're best off making sure that Salazar has 100% or 95% plus crit. Ideally, obviously, 100%, but realistically, not everyone might be able to get that, especially if you're trying to balance it out with high attack and crit damage and attack speed. So you just do what you can, but ideally 100% is what you want. So then for every 7 crits, you will restore HP. It will keep you alive a little bit longer. And back here, passive, a bond skill. Will it let me scroll over? There we go. Bond skill, Hemo Covenant. Obtain hero Kineza, the Staff of QI, to unlock the following bonus effect. Blessing of Dragon Blood temporarily increases the hero's max HP by 20% when triggered, lasting for 5 seconds. Of all things HP related, that's a little bit disappointing if I'll be honest with you, but here's what it is. But what about the ultimate? How good is that? So you can increase the damage of the first 5 strikes by 40% and 40% of the last strike. You can also reduce the skill cost, which is obviously really good. So it's like 80% increase on both. So launches a blitz of 6 strikes randomly on all targets in range. On all targets, so that could mean many, it could mean 20, 30 targets, I'm guessing. Each strike deals 220% damage, but you can obviously increase that by additional 40%. And that the last strike will deal 300, if you upgrade him, 340% damage, becomes immune to all damage when the skill is in effect. The skill guarantees crit hits on targets inflicted with bleed. Sounds pretty good, really nice to use, and visually really unique. How he, shapeshifts, moves from one place to another very fast. You've seen that little tutorial video. I do quite like this ultimate. Now, it is a manual, take that into consideration. The range isn't great, but it's not exactly the circumference, but all around him, you can go left, right, diagonal, which is actually pretty good to see. Really usable in the arena mode when you got to do a clutch, kill the enemy quick before the opposition do so. The ultimate will save you there. How well is it within clan boss? I guess it's still reasonable. It still deals the same amount of damage, or the percentage damage at least. So yeah, pretty good. Can we get a hold of, we'll try and get a hold of the artifact. Just give me a second in terms of Salazar. Now, unfortunately, I don't have him, but I'll just get a hold of it this way. So we've got this is the exclusive one, and it can only be used on Salazar, which is nice. It makes it unique. Artifact skills deals 20% more damage to targets inflicted with bleed. So that's pretty much like this one. Deals 20% extra damage to targets inflicted with bleed. Obviously, you need someone that can inflict bleed. So that can be Komodo, that epic hero, or it can be Salazar. The difference is with the exclusive, besides the 20% increased damage with bleed, it's that every time Salazar's ultimate deals damage to targets inflicted with bleed, the hero restores 1.5% rage. So that's just like a little add-on. No harm, that's reasonable. Better the rage, the more you get back and stuff, the faster you can then use his ultimate once again. And then you pair him up with a Hollow or maybe an Elowin, it's just going to speed it up a lot quicker. So the more damage you can get in and the more times you can activate your ultimate, the better off you will be. So good luck if you do pull Salazar, and if you've already got him, and maybe you don't use him that much, be sure to get a hold of this Blood Blade artifact within the event, because it's free to play, it's somewhat easy to obtain, and it might give you the edge with your Salazar over other people that don't have it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts if you do have Salazar. Do you like him or not down below in the comment section? Leave it there for now. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.